Hello everyone and welcome to the back nine final round at the Open at Tallahassee, sponsored by Visit Tallahassee. We are here at Tom Brown Park for a PDGA A tier. Got myself, Clay Edwards, on the mic, and I'm joined with
Brian Monn.
This coverage is brought to you by Infinite Discs. And yeah, beautiful day for some golf out here today.
I would say so for sure. The winds were definitely mild, maybe 6 miles an hour at the most. Nothing these guys can't handle. As we're looking at the leaderboard, we got Bradley Williams at 21 under, Grady Shue 20, Joseph Anderson, Albert Tam, and Jake Monn also in 4th place.
Tight race here. Yeah, a lot of people contending for the win.
For sure.
Hole 10 is a par 3, 375 feet, plays uphill the entire way. Players are going to want to throw something faster and avoid this big tree that you see here on the right side of the camera. Going left or right of that with a little bit of fade at the end to slide up into this well-guarded green.
I would say people are looking for either a fairway driver or distance driver here. It's kind of choose your poison on either the left side or the right side of that tree.
Joseph looking like he's going with a fairway driver on that left side.
Getting up the flat, then getting the fade and letting... Ooh, thought that was past that. Still a good look at though. At the basket. Jake throwing his tsunami here. He's going... That needs a sneak.
Is he going through the uprights? Oh, just barely catches that main guardian.
Yeah, that's the one thing on this hole that'll get you. You gotta choose left or right at that one. Grady shooting that right side, looking great. 2 straight though.
A little bit of a pop out. He will have a look at birdie from there.
Got a 55 footer. They got the leader on the tee box. Also going driver down the left side. Ooh, that's going to be a tricky approach shot. I mean...
Yeah, on this hole, it's not the wind, it's the trees that'll get you.
Exactly.
Here's Bradley throwing a forehand turnover into the green.
Oh, good little reaction. Needs to sit, though.
Sit down.
So, was it even a good reaction if he got that? I think it was going to be a similar spot. Still about a 35-footer up the hill. Jake tossing a steady BL to bullseye.
Yeah. Jake throwing a slower disc into the green. Less room for error. Grady looking at the basket from circle 2. Man, so close.
Yeah, he's been on those putts today, so.
Grady's looking dialed.
Yeah, I would say so. Joey to get tie for 2nd place. Got some great height on that one, and that
what
one's
a putt.
Perfect. Yeah.
Joseph Anderson moves to 6 under par with a double bogey.
Yeah, he's I would say cooking the course.
Yeah. Here's Brad. This is a huge par putt to maintain that 1-stroke lead.
About 25 feet uphill. Oh, just low.
Barely low.
We're going to have a tie at the top at 20 under with 8 holes remaining. And that brings in Aiden Scott into play, Albert Tam into play. Mm-hmm. All those guys on Chase Carter are around that 17 to 18 under mark. They are still well within the reach of this title.
For sure. Jay cleaning up the par.
Joey with the only birdie on that one as we move into the tough hole 11. Is a par 3, 415 feet. It ranks as the 6th hardest hole on the course. It's either a big forehand or backhand turnover that turns late. It's also a guarded green with a couple of scattered trees at the end, but it moves far right for sure. Circle 2 putts are good on this one. That's where you want to capitalize on the green on this one.
Definitely. The hole's so far right that it's really hard to park this one. Great hole.
Joey has that elite sidearm distance.
He really does.
One here.
Going to be throwing that destroyer.
Gets it up to... That's 2 straight, I think. Yep.
Just catches those trees.
That's where I kind of like the backhand a little more than the sidearm here, is where the backhand just turns off the tree.
Yeah, just like this.
Needs to go. Oh, if he misses that, that's almost home free.
That had a chance to potentially get in the circle.
Exactly. Grady also electing the backhand.
Bit of a more understable disc.
Can get a good slide. That's like 60.
Decent result there for Grady.
Exactly. Brad with the forehand. Honestly, kind of surprised to see Brad throw forehand here. He's definitely known for his backhand expertise.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we also didn't see a roller from the card. Roller's a great play on this hole.
Bradley a little bit early there, but gets all the way through to the edge of the circle.
And these are the shots that can make or break the round for you. Those ones, you could probably have at least 4 or 5 of those per round. If you don't get all those up and down, you're looking at a little bit of a more altered scorecard.
Great shot there from Joey. It's hard to tell on the camera, but this is a pretty sloped green, and the upshot can really get away from you if you don't have good touch.
If you don't have the right angle on your disc, it can definitely run away quick. Those are all a little far, but with the way these guys are putting right now, it should be almost a guaranteed. Bradley for birdie.
Hello there from Brad.
That would have been a crazy good birdie. Yeah.
Good cleanup there from Grady.
Grady's putt's been looking good all day. No surprise he made that one. Same with Jake. Still bogey free on the weekend.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's so much danger out here. Joey for a cleanup. Everybody taking a par here. I think that's very common.
Very common. Yes. Birdie is tough.
If nobody hits a tree wildly off the tee,
Yeah.
it should be all pars. Or maybe a sneaky birdie.
It's your time to hit a fairway once, just one time. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Moving on to hole 12, otherwise known as the donut hole. We have a par 4 with a low ceiling off the tee. Players are going to be wanting to throw a straight driver, landing somewhere around here. Then they will be followed up with another low ceiling shot into this green, which slopes off to the right and has OB sidewalk left.
Yeah, you got to be very careful where you land your disc on the second shot for sure.
The mistake that you don't want to make off the tee is leaking your disc too far right into those bushes down there.
Or too far left, kind of cuts off the angle a little bit. But this is perfect.
This is getting a nice straight flight, a little bit of fade at the end, but he's still in a very good position for birdie.
Probably have a hyzer from there, probably around 300 feet, I would assume. Jake throwing a tsunami here. Gets the turn if it needs to get some fade.
Needs to fight.
It's starting to.
Yeah.
That's doable. It's not fully in the trees.
Yeah, he'll be in a pretty good spot down there.
Footy didn't look too bad.
Grady hammering over on something really overstable.
Wow. Haven't really seen that play. I haven't seen anybody go flex. More,
yeah, interesting.
More hyzer flip-ups the entire week, but that's what he's comfortable with. Be my guest to do that.
Bradley throwing a bit more of a straighter disc.
And this is what you want to see.
Yeah, a little bit of flex to get some extra distance and a nice fade to the center of the fairway. And Joseph here from about 300 feet.
Looked like Yarn or Yotze. I think it was definitely Yarn.
Yarn, and that's
great.
Really nice shot.
Yeah.
That second shot is, again, has a very low ceiling, so it's...
And he never put himself in danger going to be left too. Kind of rode that hill, which I like.
So here,
this
Bradley
one does have danger though, but I think it's perfect.
Really tested that ceiling, but pays off. He'll have a tap-in birdie.
He threw a straight enough disc to where it was not going to test that OB and kind of got a little bit of a glide up to flat.
Yeah.
Jake throwing a quake here.
Catching a little bit of cabbage early.
Yeah, a little short. I think he went to the right of that tree right there. I haven't seen anybody really do that. Never really seen anybody in that angle where he is at. Grady going back to this MD2. I do like straight mid-range into this green. You can kind of control it very well.
Yes.
That needs to chill.
Man.
Maybe a good leaf. I don't know.
Good shot.
He'll take that either way.
Really showing a lot of trust with that disc, throwing it on hyzer angles at OBs, trusting it to flip up.
There's Adam Monn. He's staring down Jake. As Jake is staring down the basket.
Jake's easy to look at.
Short. Hey, he's going to want that one back. You kind of want every stroke coming down the stretch here with everybody being so bunched up.
Yeah, and
it's kind of hard to let those ones go.
I'd say 12 is another hole that these top guys are really wanting to birdie. As we see Grady tap in for his.
Grady and Joey are 7 under through 12 holes. Joey with a double as well.
Yes, yeah, they're cooking. Safe to say.
I would say with Crisco as well.
Yeah.
As we move into hole 13, par 5, easiest hole on the course, 910 feet. A lot of plays here. Just throw a distance driver pretty much as far as you want to. There's a left gap, a right gap, and a middle gap. The drone is flying this middle gap. And then you will land your second shot somewhere around here to have a pretty simple approach into this, I would say, well-guarded green, though, with this low ceiling and the tree right there and the OB behind the basket with the path.
Yeah, I really like the basket location on this hole behind that big oak.
Albert Tim here, he has some distance. Let's see what he can do on this one. Going with that driver. That flips up nicely. Big skip. Oh my gosh, that's at the top.
That's massive.
That's definitely playing well over 500 feet right there. He's got a second shot in. Barely misses that pole.
This looks like it's flexing back.
Yeah, that's probably in circle 2 if I had to guess. Oh yeah, just inside circle 2.
Albert for the eagle.
Low ceiling. Oh my god, that puts him within 1 or 2, I believe.
Yeah,
Puts him within 1.
Gonna put him within 1 stroke of the leader. An absolutely humongous eagle from Albert.
That's wild. He's probably one of the only players in the field who has that option to eagle this hole.
Insane.
Joey Buckets on the tee box.
Throwing his K1 hard Gould up that right side.
That string is not OB. It's just there so people don't park in the fairways.
And he's getting on that second tier, which is a common landing area for most players in the field.
You gotta have some good elite distance to get up to the third tier.
Grady looks like he has no interest in that tier.
Yeah.
Gonna find the next one.
That's gonna be tricky footing though. He's gotta kind of run up, down, then go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe something to think about there.
Bradley, a little bit low out of the hand.
He doesn't like it.
He's gonna need this to slide.
That'd be just fine. That's fine.
He gets in that first tier, so he'll have good footing.
Jake going with a hurricane here. Really gets on it.
Jake throwing his whole body into that one.
That's also going to be tricky footing.
Yeah, he's kind of found himself in no man's land. Joey here electing to go on that right side gap.
Yes, this is perfect.
Something pretty overstable.
You can't really do it much better than that down that side.
He'll be inside 200 feet for his approach.
I would imagine backhand yarn coming up.
Bradley electing to go with that same gap.
Get low. Yep.
Just barely misses the Magnolia.
That's like the one thing on that shot is you just got to miss the Magnolia and you're pretty much home free from there. Anything past that's still a doable approach. Even hitting that is still a doable approach if you get up that tier. Jake going roller with his Rogue. I do like this play. You're saying you did it this round as well.
Yeah, I think if you kind of have some bad footing and you feel like you can't really get all the power into the shot that you normally would, a roller's a great option to make up for that distance.
It also keeps the disc lower, obviously, since it's on the ground instead of in the air, so you don't have to worry about the low ceiling at all.
Exactly.
Grady, that looks a little tight. Yeah.
Clips a tree, but it still pushes forward. He'll have 300 feet or so into the green from here.
Please line up the sidearm. Going a little low.
A little chop suey on something overstable.
I kind of like the backhand from there. I think the ceiling's a little higher on the right side.
I agree.
But
both work well.
He's also in lead card and I wasn't, so.
Yeah, hard to argue with that, Ryan.
Exactly.
Here we got Joseph Anderson from about 200 out.
Reco X.
Going Reco X. This needs to get down.
That's perfect.
And, yeah. Great shot.
Making the hole look very simple. Bradley. He's going to this pad pending because of that pole right there. Okay. But makes easy work of it.
But as they say, it takes two to tango, and he'll be right on the green for a birdie.
Exactly. Jake going zone. He's saying, why not make it 3 here?
Good shot there from Jake.
Grady for the long birdie look. Oh my gosh.
Really good bid. He'll be
Probably disappointed in the par here.
slightly, I would say.
I would say with everybody else picking up the birdie. He's going to be one back of the lead now. Joey and Brad are co-leaders. Jake only 3 back. Definitely still in it.
Moving on to hole 14, we have a par 3, 375 feet, plays slightly uphill. Most players are going to opt for a straight backhand with a fairway or distance driver. There's also the left side fairway where you might see a couple forehands. Not a whole lot of danger on this hole. We do have OB road left, but shouldn't really come into play for these guys.
Not at all. That's kind of why it's 13th hardest. Playing under par. There's not a lot of bogey factor on this one.
Yeah, I'll say. Here we have Joey going for that forehand.
He does have that elite distance, and that's looking great. I
Getting
like the width on it.
some nice turn.
Yeah, that's a far shot.
That's a great shot,
That's probably playing all of 400 feet almost.
at least.
Because how wide you got to get it.
Yeah, with the slight uphill as well. Bradley here going for the straight line with, it looks like,
Like a hybrid, like Thunderbird type disc maybe.
yeah, some sort of fairway driver.
That's still 35 feet. That's good on this hole.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it.
Check with the Tsunami. Didn't get it up to flat. And catches that tree.
That disc flies so nicely.
Definitely a little shorter than he wants on this shot. Grady needs a bounce back birdie after that
Grady.
unfortunate par, and he's not going to do it unless it's still a look for sure.
Trying to flex something overstable, slightly misses his ankle. He'll still have a look at birdie.
Jake, another one of these shadow long bids. Can he do it again? He hates it. And it's in the
Ryan.
basket.
I think he can.
Yeah.
Wow, Jake, thought he missed it.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see just
Let's run that back.
instantly puts his head down after he putts it. Look at this. He hates it.
He did not like it.
And then it's just dead center.
Man,
You kind of see him hit the little stutter step backwards.
if he doesn't like that, I wonder what his putts that he does like look like.
I know. Grady. Too high. Big putted.
Yeah.
That's a tester coming back, too.
Yeah,
That kind of snuck away to 20.
Bradley here.
To keep a shared lead, Joey Bucket's essentially parked. Oh, that's a great
That's a
grab and
nice
great
putt. Well done from Bradley. He'll move to 5 under for the round.
Thing is, like, that's still not a bad score through 14 holes out here.
No.
Just the other guys on our card are playing so hot. to where it feels like a slow round.
Agreed. Everyone on this lead card really playing well so far. Joey.
Yep, he keeps himself.
He'll move to 9 under par for the round through 14. Very impressive stuff.
Hole 15, par 3, 455 feet. One of the middle holes on the course, I would say. Just want to throw a dead straight driver shot, low ceiling, through a gap, and just sneak up to this green right here. It averages in the middle because there's some birdies, a lot of pars in this hole though, I would say. Not too much scoring separation on this one. Not really going to see that many bogey birdie kind of swing.
Yeah, exactly. It's really tough to get it all the way there with this low ceiling. Joseph going with that driver.
He pulls it. Just falls down.
That's looking like a par.
Yeah, so Brad's got to be thinking here, let me execute a good shot and get a stroke here. And looks good if he can get to edge. Yeah. And that's got to feel good for Brad right there. You know, he's getting himself a way better look than Joey is, and they're tied for the lead.
Yeah, he'll be edge of circle looking at birdie.
Jake, only 3 back of the lead, needs to throw a good one here. Whoa, what a kick.
Gets through.
Yeah.
To a similar spot, right next to Bradley. Mm-hmm. Great result there for Jake. Grady.
After losing 2 strokes to everybody on the card.
Absolutely puring this.
Gonna throw a perfect shot.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's one of the better drives I've seen on the hole. Dryv Bagz conceding his par. Those ones can get a little scary, knowing your competitor is close to the basket.
Agreed.
But nothing Dryv Bagz can't handle.
Bradley, just a bit low again.
Oh, yeah.
Jake.
So, assuming Grady makes his tap in, we're going to see the 2 guys chasing take a stroke in the leaders here, making it a little more interesting. Oh, bag on. Bag on in the intense moment is kind of crazy. But obviously pays off.
Really showing the confidence he has right now.
Everybody within 2 strokes going to the last 3 holes.
Hole 16 is a 345-foot par 3. Mando on this first right tree. Gonna want to shoot straight through this gap with either something that flips up, or you might see players elect to go with a little bit more of a flexual shot with something overstable. Well-guarded green. And this hole is the 12th hardest, averaging .19 under par.
I would say definitely one you want to get if you are on this lead card. The one real danger is that Mando, but then that big tree down by the green is something you got to worry about.
Yeah,
Jake throwing an aftershock here, and that looks perfect.
Great shot.
That tree right there is the scary guy.
Yeah, really trying to throw something very straight, and if you can get a late fade at the end, that's a bonus.
Grady throwing a quake here. He's kind of twerking it over more than Annie and letting the disc do the work.
That's a pretty shot.
He needs to check up. That's going to be a weird putt with those 3 trees right there.
Yeah, might be slightly obstructed.
But Grady's a good enough putter.
Joseph throwing that caxi again.
I like this shot. A little bit of hyzer flip and then letting gravity have its way.
He's been throwing that disc so well today.
Mm-hmm. All sound like cast blast, really. He's been throwing that one well. Bradley looks like he's going to the driver. Playing more of the similar line to Joey, just a faster disc. I like this one as well.
Yeah, getting that late stability from that driver.
They got the basket surrounded right there. Grady stretching out here. Yeah.
Great putt.
It's a good one. Seeing all the discs by the basket, knowing you have to make that one to keep in line with them it's a great task there.
Yeah. Great display of flexibility and balance on that putt from Grady.
Exactly. If he falls forward, that is a stroke penalty.
Bradley and Joseph in for the birdie as well, followed by Jake, who will also take a 2.
Yeah. We got 2 9-unders and a 10-under and a 6-under on the card. All very good.
Well played from the lead card.
So we move into hole 17. This one is the hardest hole on the course today, averaging 3.4 of a par. It's a par 3, 385 feet. A dead straight shot that fades a little bit off to the left with the road OB behind the basket, or more to the right of the basket. Just a tight gap, tough shot, long shot almost.
Yeah, and if you hit early on this hole, good luck saving par.
Exactly. Albert Tam, we're with him once again. Assume he's probably going fairway here. He needs it to stand up a little bit. Kind of see his body language directing the disc there. And directs it to parked.
What a shot.
Yeah.
From Bazooka.
Exactly. Jake Monn here throwing his tsunami.
This looks pured.
Yeah. I like the overstable 9 to 10 speed on this hole.
Yeah.
That kind of Thunderbird Onyx type disc.
Exactly. Fading out a little bit early, but that's the miss you want to make to give yourself an open look at the birdie.
Exactly. You're kind of shying away from the OB over there, but still nothing crazy.
Grady pulling this one a little bit.
Whoa.
Very fortunate to get through everything.
It's through all the greasy danglers on the right side. Joey Buckets. Throwing a very similar disc to Jake.
Very nice flip up. Oh, and
a weird skip.
Not a great reaction off the ground there. Very well thrown.
Your co-leader on the tee box here.
Pulls it. Brad Williams.
Oh, that's going to be a tough upshot, I think.
Yeah, and that's where we're saying hitting early really brings bogey into play.
And is that turned enough?
Having to go with a really...
No. Brad's going to most likely take a bogey here.
Yeah.
Unless he can this bomb.
3 words you don't want to hear. You're still out. See if he can convert on the par here.
Oh, it's been low all day for Brad, I'll tell you what.
Great effort there. Just, again, yeah, barely low. Grady with that. Actually, look at birdie after pulling his shot slightly off to the right.
Oh my goodness.
What a huge putt.
Bomb.
On the 17th hole.
And yeah, if that's an inch shorter, that's not in.
Amazing. And he's hype about it.
Yeah, look at him running it in.
Let's go, Grady.
Joey Anderson to take the solo lead going into 18. Pulls it right. Here's Jake to be 1 back going into 18. He loves it.
Too easy for him today on the green.
Bump. 10 under round so far for 3 of our competitors on this card. Wow.
And as Bradley taps in his bogey, we'll have Grady and Joseph at 24 under, followed by Bradley and Jake at 23.
Yeah, so... Wow.
Incredibly tight here with 1 to play.
Yeah, everybody on the edge of the seats watching this one.
I know I am.
Yeah, as we move into our 18th hole. daunting, scary, everything you want in an 18th hole.
Yeah, quite the looming finishing hole.
Exactly.
Here we have the final boss, hole 18. It is a par 4, 805 feet. Tight gap shot with a low ceiling off the tee. Players are going to want to push something out as straight as possible, get over this hump that the drone just flew over, and then you are left with a 350 or so foot approach into this green. Again, low ceiling, a lot of big guardian trees, and this elevated basket. Great hole, Ryan.
Yeah, the one word I would describe this hole is diabolical. With the OB on the left side and the elevated basket, really makes for an exciting finish. First on the tee is Jake throwing a green hurricane here.
He's gonna want this to flip
That's just
up.
too low. If that was 3 feet more in the air, that's perfect.
Man, it looks like he hit a pine cone too
Yeah.
to prevent him from really sliding up that fairway.
Still doable though. Probably in that 400 foot mark, I would say.
Grady here.
He's really battled back in the last 3 in a row. Also a little low in my opinion, and too turned. Also still doable. He went far enough right to where that right side hyzer is still open.
Yeah, for that approach shot into the green.
Exactly.
Joey throwing that green destroyer again.
This is perfect in my opinion.
Gets the height just right.
Perfect.
Skips over the hill. That's primo.
Yep. He's going to have his choice there. A little backhand straight shot. He might even have that sidearm down the left side.
Bradley also
I like this too. If he can get to hyzer.
getting some turn and
Trying
some
to.
fade.
Yeah, that's also great.
Yeah, that's what we like to call Optimus Prime right there.
Yep. Jake lining up. Not even sure what disc he's throwing. He's throwing his nuke here. He's trying to go this low shot.
Trying to go under that tree, but keeps it a
Yeah.
little high.
And sad to say this is my brother, but that might do it for his run here.
Yeah, I think so.
One
especially
back
if
with
Grady,
everybody else in a better spot than he is.
yeah, if Grady or Joseph can convert on the birdie, that does take Jake out of the run for the lead.
But we are still fighting for 2 USDGC spots here.
So yeah, super important shots here for these players.
Grady hits on top of that ridge. It's a great skip, and
And
Wow.
he's parked.
that puts all the pressure on Joey now.
What a shot.
Yeah. To be fair, that's still not a drop in though. With this basket,
True, it is very elevated.
but it should be a must. It should be
Yeah.
a make for sure. Joey pulls it a little right like last round.
Yeah, sneaking through. Not sure what disc he threw there, but
Might have been a yote. But gets to circle's edge. Still a good shot on this hole. If you can have a look for birdie, Grady Barry posted up.
cool, calm, and collected.
Yes, I like to see it. Brad going with that sidearm play I hinted at earlier. I like this. If it, I just need a little more flex on it. I would probably like to see a little faster disc there for Brad. Maybe.
I agree.
Maybe a destroyer instead of that disc.
Yeah, definitely allows for it on that shot.
Jake just gonna pitch up. That's a great shot.
Yeah, getting a little tap on the wood. He'll have that left for his par.
10 down round for Jake. If he can make that one, is nothing to pout about.
Nope.
Brad, he's makes this one, forces Grady and Joey to make theirs. And that's that putt right there about sums up Bradley's day.
Yeah, just another one barely low.
I think if he goes back in this round, oh well, this is perfect.
Joey birds for the birdie.
That might do it.
Just pulls it right.
Yeah.
It does not connect on any metal. He'll have a 30-foot comeback putt.
If he misses this, he goes to a playoff with Jake and Brad for the USDGC spot.
That's true.
This is still pressure looming.
Yeah.
Double pressure almost.
Big putt here still.
Grady. And he just dead centers it.
And he hearts it. That's a great comeback
Going
putt.
back to Brad, I was going to say if his putts were just a foot higher the entire day, he wins this tournament outright, I would say.
Agreed.
But Grady Shue will be your champion at the 20th Open at Tallahassee.
Congrats to Grady. Amazing performance. Great final round. Shooting 11 down.
Jake, no slouch either. At 23 under, it's going to come in a tie for third place.
Incredible
with
performance. Bradley, yeah. Not the round he was looking for on the final day.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Still, overall, a great tournament.
Exactly.
Everybody, your 2025 Open at Tallahassee MPO champion, Grady Shue!
Yeah, big congrats to Grady. Such a good dude. Really happy to see him come out on the top.
And he gets that USDGC spot early. Last year, I know he had to qualify for it.
Really important today. Thanks so much for the staff. This was an amazing event. I loved it. Hope I'll be back next. Hopefully, I will be back next year. Thank you.
Also, congratulations on your qualifier for USDGC.
Look like Grady didn't even know he was going to get his spot. But that's got to feel good.
Yeah, the double whammy.
Yep. As we take a look at the final scores, Bradley 23, Grady the winner at 25, Joe Anderson solo second at 24, Jake Monn is tied with Bradley Williams at 23 under for that third spot. Top 10, Albert Tam comes in 5th place, Aiden Scott 6th, Caleb Skinner 7th, Gavin Phillips 8, Evan Scott 9, and JJ Campbell Young Gun in 10th place.
And that'll do it, folks. That wraps up the 20th Open at Tallahassee. Again, I'm Clay Edwards. You can give me a follow on Instagram at Edwardinho_disc_golf.
And I'm Ryan Monn. Give me a follow at RyanMonn_DG.14.
Don't forget to subscribe to Ace Run Pro too. They do a lot to give you guys this amazing coverage.
See you guys next time. Let's run it.